Hello and welcome back to episode 18 of All the Mods 8. This episode, I'm keen to upgrade our base. It hasn't been long since we last upgraded it, you might say, but I don't know, I'm just kind of getting a bit sick of it. I'm wanting to do more stuff and it's a bit cramped and it's just not really working for me, I think. I want something bigger rather than just trying to squeeze stuff into the base. So the way we kind of have this at the moment, we've got our ME system down the middle here, and we've got our molecular assemblers on the side here. I'm thinking that for more molecular assemblers, they'll kind of go down, and then under this pathway, and then back up the other side. And I was like, well, I mean, we might as well do it over too. So it's a bit of like a ring, And so then, that sort of made me think, like, why not just have the whole base a big ring? I'm thinking quite a big redesign. I might even step away from some of these building materials like the blossom wood. I feel like it looks pretty sort of early game, wood. We're kind of a bit later than that, but I have an idea. Bear with me. So here's our base at the moment. I'm thinking I'd like to move it higher up the mountain a little bit, and I kind of want to make it circular. So I'm thinking we'll have a big circle. This will be the end of the cylinder sort of facing out this way towards the ocean. And then this will sort of head back into the mountain, where it'll be sort of dug in the back there. And then on the front, we'll have sort of a central chamber that leads back, and some sort of floors along here for stuff. And the central chamber down the middle will be what has our sort of ME system, that kind of thing. And then on the front, it'll kind of be divided, and we'll have sort of glass filling in these bits. So it still has the same kind of outlook to the ocean kind of idea. But just a cylinder sort of dug into the side of the hill. For blocks, I'm thinking we'll use more, you can see it here, of the kind of white bricks there. And I'm thinking something darker. So maybe a dark wood, or even the blocks we have at the moment for the walls, the black bricks. So probably will end up being some sort of black and white, sort of futuristic space style thing. Color scheme wise, I'm thinking we'll use the soapstone bricks that we have been using, the calcite bricks that we've been using, and maybe some purple. I think I'd kind of tie it in a bit, have sort of like an accent color, and then we can use the end rods around the place as well, to kind of tie in with the white, but have a bit of the purple. So I guess, first things first, it's time to kind of tear this place down. Gonna take a quick break here just to make some tools. So I've been breaking all this wood with axes because it's faster, of course, but they keep breaking. So I was like, why don't I make an Allthemodium axe? We've got so much Allthemodium, right? And while we're here, we'll also make a shovel for the same kind of reasons. I think I need to make another plate for the axe, and then those 2 rods. So throw these in. So adamantium axe made. Adamantium shovel. Oh, weird. Made. There we go. Oh, that's better. And no durability. I figured that would trigger a couple quests. So adamantium shovel. Got some silicon. Adamantium axe. We got a block of emerald. Damn. The other quests we have in here. Oh yeah, killed some more blazes. Went into the other and killed some more wither skeleton blazes. Whoa. Have you guys seen this? Temp pad? It's pretty sweet. If I add a new location here, home, add location, and then, so when I'm like out and about, exploring, whatever, I can use the temp pad, run program, select home, teleport, and see it makes like a little doorway, and we can just walk through the doorway, and we appear back home. How cool is that? It's a little bit slow to recharge, 3 minutes, but I mean, just to get home, you know, that works really well. Stoked. That must be one of the best rewards we've got, I reckon. That's sick. I figure we might as well enchant these things, right? Silk touch. That's not bad. Efficiency on the shovel. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, we also happen to get fortune. And then on the axe, also fortune? Don't really need it. I've got a couple Tome of the Miners here. And I'll grab a few books. So we can reset this. Silk touch, I'll grab that. What else? Unusing, that might have some other good stuff. Silk touch, there we go. Just making some more Tome of the Miners so I can get some more enchantments here. I really want some efficiency. Oh, there we go, efficiency 5. Whoa, another efficiency. Oh, that's way better. Anyway, back to breaking this. And this is what I've got so far. Kind of just blocking out the basic shape. Still deciding whether I'll do white or black at the front here. But with the calcite down the bottom there, I guess I could probably turn that into stone and it might sort of match it. But yeah, I've pretty much just dug it all out. Yeah, all down here is a bit of a mess at the moment, but of course, as we move stuff, into the base, it'll kind of tidy it up a bit. Yeah. So I'm thinking this middle point here is probably where I'll have the ME controller. And then we'll be able to have ME cables running along here, maybe. Or could potentially even have it in the walls here. Just have it covered up. I've done the height of this so that we can kind of split it up into different floors. So if we want them to be sort of 5 tall, one of the floors would be there. You know, so we could have one room sort of here running all the way down, and then still gives us a bit of room underneath for any cabling or anything that we need to do. And probably similar on the top. Sort of a, you know, along like that. So those would be the floors. This front side I'll probably keep mostly just glass. Maybe I'll have the floors start a little bit further back. Sort of here. Yeah. But yeah, just thought I'd give a quick update. And I'll get back to building. And welcome back. Another progress update. Kind of still in progress, but it's come a long way. So we've got this kind of tube now. You can see it's kind of all covered in. It's deep into the mountain, apart from a few spots around that I need to cover up. But it's pretty much just deep inside this mountain. And you can see here it goes back quite far. We've got kind of this big, open, empty area. Both above and below, kind of similar. I've set up the drawers for the output of the quarry here. I don't know if it'll stay here, but I just put it there for now. We've got the drawers from the mob farm, which we're going to have to put back up somewhere. We've got kind of this sort of middle separator bit that goes around. And then, of course, in the middle here is our ME controller. Which I've made some more controller blocks, so it's a bit bigger. We can pull more channels off this. I've got a bunch of random chests and stuff around, just kind of groups of stuff like our enchanting setup and the crystal growth setup and stuff like that I kind of wanted to keep separate so that we can set it up a bit more easily. Thought I'd bring you back though, because I'm just trying to figure out how best to set up the ME system. I've got an elevator here, so inside this sort of middle tube, down the end here you can see I've moved our power system. So this is here for now. I might add a couple more magmatic dynamos below and above to kind of balance it out. But that goes directly into these energy cubes, which then feed into the flux plug, which is giving power to the ME controller. So you can see in the middle here, there's an energy acceptor and the flux point. And then these, of course, are sort of filling up with power, so they're kind of the buffer. And then we've got our storage controller here with the storage bus just for these drawers, just so that I can access all the resources that we have. Drives here, of course. Oh, I've also set up the inscribers here with the pattern providers below. I'm thinking this is where we'll put them. I'm thinking this side will be sort of a auto crafting kind of thing, where we'll have a bunch of the sides will be just machines that we're using for auto crafting, and then this side will kind of be more of the storage side, where we have external storage like drawers, and then also the drives, which we'll put some more of in here if we need them. The main thing that I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put it is the auto crafting, so the crafting storage and co-processing units, and also the molecular assemblers with the pattern providers. So I was kind of thinking a ring around this middle part would look kind of cool, especially for the pattern providers and the molecular assemblers, because the ring around the middle was kind of what sparked the whole ring cylinder kind of build in the first place. So yeah, I guess just kind of trying to figure out the best way to do it. I might get some blocks here that I can just sort of plan things out with. So I'm thinking if we have a bigger circle around the middle, maybe sort of like this far out. I might do one more just because I think the circle shape will be a bit better. So if we are going with this distance, then the circle will kind of be like this, 2, 2, and I think it's 2, 2. Yeah. So I'm thinking this ring that goes round, I'll just finish it off. So this ring would kind of be made up of pattern providers and molecular assemblers. So the middle bit will probably be mostly pattern providers maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it might work quite well if we do it, if we kind of split it up. So we'll have pattern provider, and then another 2 pattern providers here, which I'll just put like that for now. So you can see it's sort of group of 4, and then we could have another group of 4 here, and then here, you know. Because if we do multiples of 4, then it'll work with the sort of 8 channels kind of thing, which I'm thinking could be good. And then pretty much we'll just surround these with the molecular assemblers. I wonder if I have the resources to craft enough pattern providers for this, because it would be 4, 8 per quarter, 16 half, 32. 32 pattern providers. I might actually just hook these up, and need to put the recipes in, but I will hook it up. I'll just attach it to the side for now temporarily. And we should be able to access the 2 molecular assemblers here. Oh, I will need to set up the crafting CPUs as well, which for now will just go like that. So that should be everything for auto crafting. I just got to put the recipes back in. I wish shift click would work, you know? So, we want to make some blank patterns. I'll just make 10 of them. Should be able to make that pretty quick. And then I want to make the pattern for the pattern provider and the molecular assembler. Now, both of these, we should be able to make pretty much everything that we need, I think. So, for the pattern provider, if we were to have the full amount here, it would be 16. I've already got 2, so I'll see if I can make 14. Not enough iron. Okay, that's right. We have so many resources here that need to be processed, so I'll just grab a quick stack of this. And smelt this all up. That was quick. You see I made a all-the-modium furnace for us. And oh boy, is it fast. Throw the iron back in there. So that should be it, right? I should be able to make 14 of these now. Yeah. $14. There we go. So, if I'm doing this right, I'm thinking... So there's the 4. So it'd be kind of like this, but all the way around. I greatly underestimated how many of these I would need. I think I just miscalculated and I actually need 32. So I'll make another 16 if we can. What are we missing? Redstone. Same deal. We've got heaps of it. Just needs to be processed. $16. I wonder where the time... Yes, I think printed logic circuits. The circuits must be... the thing that takes the longest, I guess. Why is that not going? Oh, the actual inscribers themselves are not getting powered. Classic. Oh, come on. Did I not grab that? Where did that go? Oh, what am I talking about? There we go. What do you want? Huh? Get out of here. You didn't see that. What else are we stuck on? Oh, of course, I took all the molecular assemblers off these. That one and that one. Rookie mistake. And there's the other 16. So I'll just quickly fill those in. Wonder if I can use the exchanging gadget actually. Ooh, I can. That's a lot faster. There we go. That's all the pattern providers. And that's a lot. Quite a lot of patterns that we should be able to put in there. I'll figure out how to get the channels to them in a second. In the meantime, I'm thinking with the molecular assemblers, we want the same amount, 32, plus for now another 32 on the other side, and then another 32 to go on the outside. If I make 2 stacks, if I can make 2 stacks of these molecular assemblers, that should be heaps. But 2 stacks is also a lot. So this might be a bit hard. Quartz we'll be able to grab. We need another 500 iron, 100 gold. We need some more silicon and some more oak logs. So there should be a drawer here that has heaps of logs in it. Now the other thing was I needed about 500 iron. Watch how fast this insane furnace goes. Empty. Empty, empty, empty. Look at that. That's it. All that iron is smelted up. Insane. Should really figure out the best way to process these automatically. I'm thinking doing an annihilation plane with fortune on it might be the best sort of initial way to break it down, and then we'll process the raw ore from there. Just like that. Oh, it's over here. Yeah, as you can see, the base is still very much in its kind of early messy phase, but that's alright. There we go. Start. Wonder how they're gonna go. And we're back. That didn't take too long. I had to, of course, put the molecular assemblers back on the pattern providers because I keep removing those and then wondering why it's not crafting anything. But we have our 28 molecular assemblers. So if I go surface, of course I can't because it'll right click. Oh no, there we go. So there's a bunch there. I'll do a bunch here. That should go around quite far. And then the same on this side. See, that's looking pretty cool. Still got a heap left, so I'll add them on top as well. Yeah, there we go. So the way I want to kind of give this channels, because of course, as I mentioned before, the idea is that with this glass cable and without the dense cable, you can only have 8 channels. And so, of course, you know, you can get channels through machines. So a pattern provider next to another pattern provider will get channels. But I'm pretty sure that the maximum is still 8 without the dense cable. So by bunching them together in groups of 4 here, it means that with a cable pretty much running here, I just need to give any of these 8 enough channels, 8 channels, and it'll reach through all of them, if that kind of makes sense. Because they're in groups of 8. Whereas if I connect it up like this, and I gave this top one channels, it would give channels to 8 of these pattern providers, but then of course these, it can't transfer the 8 through that far. If that makes sense. I don't know if it does, but it works in my head. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even know if we need the glass cable here because there's a molecular assembler between them that will carry the channels. What it means though is I can put one there and one here, and that should be channels for all the crafters really. I just need to connect them up. With the idea that if we need to be more efficient with our channels here, then we will. Because, you know, we can pull 32 channels from each side of this, so this isn't really being that efficient because we're using so many sides of the controller. But I think it looks cooler to be down the middle, so we're going to do it down the middle. Yeah, looks like we're good. 32 pattern providers. And now, if I have a look at the pattern access terminal, we've got crafting space for days. Nice. And that looks pretty cool, I think. Especially with kind of like the colors glowing around it. Pretty sweet. Thinking I will fill in sort of the middle bit here. So I'm trying to figure out the best place for the crafting multi-blocks. And I'm thinking I could put them in the sides here because like there's really nothing else that's going to be using this space. I shifted around the dense smart cable that goes to the pattern providers for crafting to the top and the bottom, just because it felt weird not being able to come past like this. And like when I think about it, I'm not really going to need to do that much, but yeah, so I'm thinking 19 out of 32 channels here. Maybe I'll put them up here. Like, you know, for now, it's really not that big of a deal where I put these. As long as they have channels, which we can just give them from the middle here. Yep, device online, and then I'll do the same on the other side. Because it's all hidden away anyway. It really doesn't matter. And channels. Nice. And now we're using a decent amount of channels from the cable, and that's the auto crafting setup. I'll put the blank patterns in there and then empty out my inventory a bit. I won't bother putting the speed upgrades in all of these molecular assemblers. It's just too many at this point. And with the amount of molecular assemblers we have, things craft pretty fast. I'll actually, in here as well, because each row of this is a different pattern provider, I'm going to spread all these out, because the more we have them spread out, I guess the more different molecular assemblers get used at once. I don't know, that's how it works in my head. Yeah, so this is pretty much how our new base is looking. I think it's pretty cool, especially from far away, sort of as you fly towards it. It's pretty big and pretty cool. Yeah, I don't mind it. I might do a bit more on the outside to kind of, make it a bit different. But we'll see. I do also want to put glass on the front here. And there it is. Overall, I think I'm pretty happy with it. Still kind of trying to figure out what to do with these spaces. It's a little bit more sort of open than I would like. I think I would like to kind of close it into smaller rooms somehow, but I'm not quite sure the best way to do that. And I think it will kind of just be a gradual thing as we kind of progress. But it definitely feels like an upgrade to the last base. So I think that's pretty good. And I like the sort of color match between the applied energistic stuff and the purple. I think it looks quite cool. And I feel like we've kind of got space to expand, like, in here is a good amount of machines that we can put here to automate. And likewise, there's a good amount of room on the walls here for extra resource storage. So within this sort of outside area, I'm thinking I'll set up a space for the botany pots. It's pretty much all the stuff here. So that's just growing the chorus fruit, sugarcane, logs, I guess potatoes, inferium, that kind of thing. And the other spaces I need to find in here are the enchanting ones, of course. Space for the Arcturus quartz growth machine that we made. And yeah, for the mob sort of farm grinder thing, I think I'm going to set that up as kind of a separate building. I'm not quite sure where yet, whether we want to make it sort of part of this mountain but elsewhere, or we want to do it somewhere else completely. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I think I'd like it to be separate, just because I think we're going to need quite a bit of space for quite a lot of different mobs. I want to kind of get into doing more than just spiders and blazes, which is what we have at the moment. And now that we kind of have access to nether stars in the way of we've killed the wither a couple times, we can use that to make the spawners ignore whether we're close or not. So it kind of opens up the opportunities a bit more as to where we can put these spawners. I'm thinking last thing I will do before the end of this episode is I want to set up a space for the botany pots. So I might just do that quickly and I will come back. And here we are. I've kind of made a little floor up the top here with, a little elevator to go up here. And we've got our botany pots with the drawers underneath them. Space for some more. We can put some more up here if we want. And of course, we could also just dig this wall further back if we did want space for more. This is the kind of idea I'm having for this whole wide open space, is I'll just kind of section out different rooms within the space so that it kind of breaks it up and it's not just a massive open area. But yeah, I think that's quite definitely all the time we have for this episode. It's a bit of a long one, but I mean, yeah, it took a long time actually. It's been a while. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you want, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Oh, that was a long episode. Very long. Pretty fun one though. Cool new bass and stuff. It was good. It was good. It was good. I'm surprised you're still here. To be honest, a little bit surprised. And I mean, if you are, you might as well subscribe, right?